Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Thursday. Okay. Happy almost Friday. It's pre-Friday. It's almost the weekend, meaning I can chillax over the weekend and not go to work. Okay. Look, I hope everyone is enjoying their day, their evening, their time, wherever they are. If you're at home, if you're at work, if you're driving from somewhere, again, I hope it is a good day for you. Okay. Look, it is things to discuss. I have not put the shared things in my Instagram in no kind of order because it was just I was trying to shift through things. So we're gonna let it be. Okay. But thank you to those who are watching live. Thank you to those who end up watching a replay. I appreciate everyone nonetheless. Okay. And I know. Y'all like that I'm here. I like that I'm here too. Okay. Do not forget to make sure, okay, like the video, share the video, okay, and then do what? Subscribe to my channel. Okay. Look, I was like, everybody around here is acting crazy. Okay. Everybody now has a YouTube channel. Everybody right doing interviews and stuff, people responding to things. You got Porsha being messy on YouTube. You got Brit Edie on her I'm sorry, I'm a victim tour. You got Kenya up here denying she did this, that, or the other. Okay, Michelle Obama, like, girl, leave me alone. Me and my husband is fine. Nicki Minaj child getting attacked at home. And Keri Hilson up here squashing a like 15, 16 girl. Whenever she made that, not she made, but whenever that diss song for Beyonce came out all those years ago, that's been cleared up too. And then Easter Dean ass up here being a messy little person and stuff. So that is what we are going to get into. I hope y'all can hear me in the comment section that y'all hear me. I'm here. Hi. Okay. Hello to the people. Hey y'all, how y'all doing and stuff. Again, a good time will be had regardless. Okay. I was live on Tuesday. Go watch that live. It's up on the channel. I did love at the lockup is up. Go look at it on where the channel. Okay. We got into the Housewives of Atlanta review. That's where up on the channel. Okay. I've been up here putting out content. I told y'all putting out content. Trying my best to be more consistent, okay? With my new job promotion and stuff, I have been pretty tied up at work, but I refuse to let my YouTube channel die. Okay. Sometime I'll be like, girl, leave it be. But I'm back. Okay. I'm here. What I think, I feel like my head is crooked. Anyway, but yeah, at least my tan gone finally, girl. That tan was there for a long time. Even the thumb, I had to figure out who to put on my thumbnail. Can the colors kind of go inside of each other? Okay, and then I stopped caring. Okay, I stopped caring. Okay. Oh, hey to those who are popping in. Hello, hello. Okay, y'all can hear me. Good, cause I be like, is the mic on? Is the microphone on? Okay. Okay. Hello to my mods, my members, and all other people in between. Okay, all the J of the birds. Okay, and y'all heard my mods. Make sure to like the video. Okay. Anyway, I feel like everyone in the world is being a little cuckoo because when I was looking, this is the thing. I have not even looked at Instagram like since I got home from work and stuff because I'm like, it's already too much stuff around here. Okay, it's already this and that. They talking this. I was like, girl, can everybody just stop, calm down, and don't, you know what I'm saying, do any of that? But I guess not. It's gonna be a whole thing. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get into. Okay, hi, how you doing, Miss Starlight? Starlight, Starbright. It was Starlight, Starbright. Is it that I wish upon a certain night? I don't know. I can't remember the song, okay? But I am going to get started sharing my screen. Let me pull up my Instagram. So I feel like I just want to get started, okay? I don't want to be on here too long because even though I love our 2 and 3 hour tours, sometimes I want it to be shorter. You know, sometimes I'm like, I want to get to it and be done with it and go take a nap and do whatever else it is to do around here, okay? But yeah, so let me share my screen. Hold on, I gotta share the Instagram, okay? Because and yeah, I was just saving things, okay? And I did not want to have too many sad things because who has time to be sad? Don't nobody want to come on here at 9 o'clock at night, okay, in the PM, and then talk about the sad stuff. There were a couple of things that we got to do. Is you say, hey, what happened and whatnot, okay? But where my screen at? Boom and pal and the pal, okay? But it's Tony. It's Tony. It's Tony. Let me see, Tony weird crooked. Hold on. Let me go back and see. It might be. I don't know, child. Yes, Tony wig does look crooked. She probably was tugging on it. Little tug. But it do look a little crooked and whatever. So that means when nobody's sitting by Tony on that red carpet, that's their girl, fix your wig. No one tugged the wig for Tony, okay? Because Tony wig look crooked, okay? But you know what? I don't even like Tony Braxton in wigs because I'm like, you don't need them. Not at all. Not today. Not ever. Okay. But again, that's on Tony. That ain't on me. I didn't do that. I found that on the social media. First thing up, there will be a public memorial service for George Foreman on on April 14th in Houston. Okay. If you in Houston on the 14th. Okay, it's a public memorial. Public memorial. Bring your flats. Okay, don't bring a whole bunch of pocketbooks. Don't do any of that. Okay, so the family of George Edward Foreman, alongside the city of Houston, has announced a public memorial service to honor the life and remarkable legacy. Okay, the service will take place at the Wortham Theater Center. Address right there, April 14th at 10:45 a.m. Due to limited seating and security concerns, entry will be confirmed. Will be by confirmed ticket only. Okay, with some portion of the service being private and by invitation. Shouldn't it be two separate things? The family expresses their gratitude to all those who wish to join celebrating the life of George Foreman, husband, father, grandfather, friend, beloved hometown hero. I feel like when there's a public memorial, let's not intertwine that with the family hour, okay, with the family grief, because I feel like, look, funerals are already sad and stuff like that. So I'm like, if the memorial is like by ticket, you gotta buy a ticket or plane ticket. I don't feel like if it's my daddy funeral and my daddy famous, I don't want. I just have the public thing separate. I don't want anyone at my daddy funeral. They need a ticket. Not at all. Not today, not ever. Hey, okay. Because we don't want that. Cheers. But I feel like when did George die? He been dead long. Why I feel like George been dead like a couple weeks? Child, hey Siri, when did George Foreman die? March 21st. Yeah, that's almost he died March 21st. It is April 10th. That is a lot of time. I mean, damn, anyway. But may George rest in peace. Now, again, if you are in Houston, Texas, when is this? That Monday? Yeah, if you're in Houston, Texas on Monday, go to George's Memorial and get me a program and bring it back to me so I can put it in my photo album of dead people's programs, okay? But may he rest in peace. Look, it was child. Look, these helicopters. Look, I really let me find the other part of it. When I saw earlier today, okay, they said it was a whole helicopter car. I said, bitch, enough. Look, first of all, may the people who died in this horrific accident that happened in New York, may they all rest in peace. Condolences to their family, to their friends, to their co-workers, to everybody. Okay, condolences all around. Boom, boom, boom. I feel like who is working in the aerospace, who up in the air, who working up in the air, that they not controlling all. I have never heard of so many plane, helicopter crashes, situations. I have never heard so many so fast. We ain't never had this ever since Code 45 took office. It's been plane crashes, recessions, dead people, weird diseases. Is measles back? I think condoms are more expensive. I just feel like nothing has been better since that man took office. And to me, why are planes or helicopters falling out the sky? It was 6 people on the helicopter. Okay, Thursday afternoon. Now it says all 6 people aboard. It said they was killed. Okay, but the thing right here say 5 people was put for the water and only 1 person. I don't know what true. I don't know. I'm not sure. However, I have seen multiple videos showing the helicopter going down. And I'm like, that's horrific because I am already scared to fly. I feel like God made me a human being and he put me on earth and he put me in Michigan. That's where I'm supposed to be. Okay. If I need to go somewhere else, I can drive there. But it's something weird that out the blue, all of a sudden, currently within this current time frame since COVID 5 been office, it's too many plane crashes and not enough questions to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I don't know, but I seen old boy, okay, Bishop Robbie homeboy, Eric Adams. And does it keep happening in New York? Ain't he the mayor? Is he up? Anyway, let's listen to what he said.
3 adults and 3 children were on board a Bell 206 helicopter that had left from the downtown Skyport just about 3 p.m.
This isn't a funny situation, so I want everyone to understand this is not a funny situation, but it's the thought I had. Why he read like that? Why does Eric Adams read like he's remedial? Is he remedial? Maybe he's remedial. I don't know. But he reads like, like when you in like the third grade and you reading them books, and hey, who want to read next? Not me. You read, and the teacher forced the kids to read, and they read real slow. Like he read like he put his hand over the word. I understand. Let's listen.
The pilot and the family visiting from Spain with our preliminary information as at this time. Members of the FDNY and NYPD harbor units arrived at the scene, and divers from both agencies entered the water. At this time, all 6 victims have been removed from the water. And sadly, all 6 victims have been pronounced deceased.
That's so sad. Because I feel like, when people get on these helicopters, you're going to play. Nobody really be like, I'm going to die because I'm traveling from point A to point B. And it's just so sad. Okay. He didn't read it. He didn't. He didn't read it. He didn't write it. Someone handed him a piece of paper. He said, he need to fix it. I feel like this should not keep happening, and then no one's figuring out why the planes keep crashing. Like, what caused the crash? Because it crashed into the Hudson River. But again, because it was multiple, camera angles that show the plane going down, the helicopter going down. I'm like, can't somebody figure out like what's going wrong? Is it old helicopters? Are helicopters out? Like I had an iPhone, right? I have an iPhone 11, but I have an 11, a 13, and I just got me the dang on 16. And I feel like for some reason, even though I loved my 11, I love my iPhone 11. I did not want to replace it, but it died on me yesterday. Okay, I had to go buy a whole new phone. So I feel like the same way we have cell phones that eventually we can't use it. No, the phone stopped charging. I had to recharge it every couple of hours. It was getting aggravating to me. And I kept holding on to my 11 because I love my 11. I love my 11 more than my 13. I'm like, I don't want to get a 16. And the 16 is different or whatever. And so, but yesterday I said, girl, you go get him the phone. And that was the whole order with itself. So the same way we have to say, don't jinx me. Look, my 11 was doing good. I just kept having to charge up, but I'm on my phone a lot. I am. But I thought the same way that we can't keep using the same phones and this and that. Should helicopters and planes, after a while, should they have to be replaced? Should it no longer be in use? Because once you have airplanes and helicopters just falling from the sky, something has to be done. Someone need to reference what causes it, because I don't even trust helicopters. I don't trust small planes. I don't trust planes. Okay? Because I just don't feel like I need to get up in the air and be thousands and thousands of feet up, because if the plane crashed, I can't protect myself. I'm going to die. And it's sad because no one on that helicopter probably figured they would die today. And I'm like, I never feel like there are any answers. Okay? I never feel like, I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All the time. I don't want, if I have to travel somewhere, that's fine. But I'm not traveling just because. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like the people who, because most of the time helicopters are like medical people. It's regular stuff to get from like a short distance. But I'm like, I don't like the fact that we've consistently heard about these helicopters, planes almost colliding, crashing, but we haven't had any like reasoning for it. Like, why did this helicopter just fall out of the sky? Was it out of power? Was it out of gas? Was they too heavy? Like, what happened? Like, what safety protocol do they have in place so that this isn't happening? It's probably bishop robbery. Either way it go, one, rest in peace to those people, those 6 individuals who lost their lives today. It's a very, very sad situation. And I'm just hoping that eventually they can figure out what's going on, because I don't want, because what if it would have hit the ground and it didn't hit the water? You know what I'm saying? Because thank God it did not hit the ground and it could have killed more people. It's just weird, and I wonder what the hell is going on. It says, witness video showed the aircraft plunge into the river without a tail rotor or main rotor blade, or rotor. I say rotor, a tail rotor or main rotor. What did Danny something said she saw a helicopter fall out the sky. I feel bad. I do. I don't like it at all, because I need stuff don't make sense to me if we don't have a reason for it. Case in point, I don't know who planned this funeral. Okay. I don't know who dug the ditch. I don't know who figured out what to do. What I do know is I have been to a few funerals in my lifetime. I hate funerals, okay? Even when I have been at gravesite burials, I am not ever trying to be close to the casket standing on the ground. Um, actually, the ones I went to recently, they don't even take you on the ground. It'd be like at a separate place. But these people was at a funeral, child, and the damn ground gave way, and all of the people carrying the casket fell into the grave with the casket. Now I don't know who they gonna sue. I don't know if you sue the grave site. I don't know if you sue the funeral home. I don't know, but I'm suing somebody. Okay, if I fall into a grave with casket and dead people and the other people too, somebody get me Johnny Cochran. Somebody get me whatever lawyer that's available. That is crazy. Now they were saying that all of the people, the pallbearers who fell in got hurt, especially the ones who like up front, because they got, the casket was on them. Okay. Child, they had broken bones and bruises and stuff, hurt all up and through. I could not imagine that, because not only is that horrific for the folks who fell in, it's horrific for the people whose family member that was. Because I'm like, if that's dead, your daddy, your granddaddy, or whoever, and because like, who else can you get to get them out? Like, who do you call? I guess you call 911. I guess you call 911, who will probably then send the firefighters, who would then rescue the people out the ditch. But they were saying that allegedly the ground was wet that day, and so they think because the ground was wet that it could not hold the weight of all the pallbearers, the caskets, the people. Either way go, I'm suing. They all fell 6 feet into the grave. I'm like, I don't ever want to be in the grave. Who dug the ditch? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, if you are ever a pallbearer, y'all should test out the area first, because if it can't hold y'all weight, you don't want to fall in. I don't want to fall in. Not today, not ever. I want to get to some foolish stuff. Did I save some foolish things? I don't know if I saved. Oh, I did. Caregiver took elderly man off life support and ordered him cremated and took his money. Now, I don't even understand how a caretaker has that kind of power. Because typically caretakers, like even once a person passes away, someone else has like power of attorney. I'm not sure. So, and this happened here, child. It's always Michigan. Um, Here in Macomb County, Michigan, authorities have arrested 52-year-old caregiver Linda Polk for allegedly misusing her position to end the life of a 78-year-old man and then exploit his finances. Polk, who began providing in-home care for the man's wife in 2021, reportedly expanded her role to care for the husband in 2024. Per Macomb County in October 2024, the man was hospitalized and placed on life support. Polk is accused of fraudulently obtaining power of attorney and told them, hey, take him off life support. So he died. Okay. Um, they alleged that she did not inform the man's family of his passing, arranged for him to be cremated. Says Polk allegedly authored a fraudulent quitclaim deed to transfer ownership of the man's home to herself. She's accused of also embezzling a significant amount of money, opening credit cards in the deceased's name. She ain't shit. She was arrested on April 2nd. She faces multiple charges, including first-degree premeditated murder, forgery, embezzlement, ID theft, illegal use of financial devices. She's being held on $1 million bond. I feel like, first of all, that's somebody's cousin, auntie, and whatnot, and somebody need to beat her ass. I feel like once you actively, knowingly take control of someone's life and you then plan to end their life to get their stuff and to defraud their family, just go to prison and get beat up. Okay, go and it. I also feel like this probably ain't her first time doing that because she's 52 years old, Linda Polk, and ain't no way you know how to get a power of attorney, get the quick claim deeds. Like I feel like she had to plan this, and probably had been planning this since the man's wife was dying. I feel like she ain't shit, and she should go to jail for don't. Well, first of all, no one should get her out of prison, out of jail. Who has a meal to get her out? No one. I am aggravated. It's just wrong. I don't like when people take advantage of older people because you basically killed that man. Because to say, oh yeah, the man was only 78. He could have at least lived 10 more years. So if you know of anyone who was taking advantage of old people, please report them. Report and have them beat up. That's not nice. But yeah. The defense for Carmelo Anthony is a defense fund on GoFundMe. There's also a fund for the dead teenager as well. Both at least 2 days ago. This one for Carmelo had raised almost $300,000. This is for him to have a lawyer and all the good stuff. And then the fund for the dead kid is at $274,000. I feel like a lot of people were making it seem like Carmelo, who was the black child who is accused of killing the young white boy, he claimed self-defense. They were trying to make it seem as if he was just this hood dude or this, bad kid, who maybe didn't have a family. He was from a 2-parent home, a loving family, whatever. They taught him, hey, if you touch me, it can go down. I'm honestly happy that he is getting some support. I'm happy that they're trying to get him a good lawyer because we know when there's a Caucasian victim and a black assailant, people will try to make the black person in the situation an automatic villain. And I feel like we teach our kids in our families, you can defend yourself. Now, I'm not saying defend yourself with a knife. However, people's recollection of the event, they kept saying that the deceased young man was the aggressor in the situation. There was some kind of scuffle, arguments within it all. And he did tell that man, "Don't touch me," and he touched him, and he got stabbed. So I feel like if I'm telling you leave me alone, and you keep fucking with me, and you won't leave me alone, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna play out in court for one, but at least the family has enough money to get a good lawyer, and it hopefully won't put any kind of financial strain on them. And that shit, hopefully a lawyer will take it pro bono just for the optics. You know what I'm saying? But we shall see. I want to get to the celebrity thing because I told you I want to go to bed today. Let's see who was on my thumbnail. Who should we start? Let's just go to Tony. Let's go to Tony. Now, when I was up here minding my business, and folks kept on saying that Tony Braxton. Now, first of all, Tony Braxton and Birdman have been rumored to be together for years. Even before he kind of popped up on Braxton Family Values, it was, oh, they're dating. We would see them out every once in a while at certain events. We've never, to me, the times I've seen Tony and Birdman, they just didn't seem like a couple. It always felt like a publicity stunt to me. Even when he was on Braxton Family Values, it still like they didn't even operate, or it wasn't even any chemistry. You know what I'm saying? It's been weird to me. Now she was supposed to be engaged to him, and at one point she had an engagement ring that like got stolen from a airplane flight, and folk kept on saying it was an insurance job. I don't know, but ever since that ring disappeared, we really have not seen them together like that. But child, part of the people, TMZ, they're allegedly, I guess apparently, Birdman, okay, is married to Tony Braxton. Okay, they secretly tied a knot 8 months ago. Per TMZ, the couple who have been together since got married in a secret ceremony on August 8th, 2024. Okay, it then said 2 weeks later, Tony filed for divorce. Okay, Tony filed for divorce, listing the date of separation as of August 8th. I said, how? So y'all got married and in 2 days, girl? I don't know. But again, marriage happened August 8th. She allegedly filed for divorce. They say 2 weeks later, and she put the date of separation is August 10th. Again, he proposed in 2018. Proposed in 2018, had her a $1 million ring that again went missing. We don't know what happened. Even when she filed for divorce, she supposedly dismissed the divorce in January 2025. So they're saying Tony and Birdman is married. Child, I don't know if Birdman is an illegal alien. He's really from a different country. He needs a green card. I'm not sure. I don't understand their relationship, and it's not for me to understand. I love love. I love love. You know what I'm saying? I love Tony Braxton. I think she's a great person, but something about this union, it just don't like. I can't even, child. I don't know if it's real. It's fine, but it just doesn't seem real. It just doesn't seem real. The times, I think, because we've seen Tony with her ex-husband Keri, there's a chemistry between Tony and her ex-husband Keri. Every time I've seen Tony with Birdman, it gave publicity. It gave Tony wants to make it seem like she's hip and cool, and Birdman is bored, but Tony's a beautiful woman. And we know opposites attract. And I've never seen any chemistry between them. And I feel like if you marry somebody and we see you out and about, why would we never see you with your husband? Tony's never lived this quiet, secret life. So a part of me feel like to secretly marry Birdman. First of all, for Tony Braxton, for unbreak my heart, for how many ways, for you making me high, Tony Braxton, to marry Birdman. Okay, I'm like, she ain't no hot girl. I mean, she's a hot woman. It's just weird. But anyway, y'all, I guess congrats. I still feel it's fake. I do. I don't see the. I'm like, Tony don't even come off. I'm trying to be nice. It's not even. It's Birdman. Birdman doesn't come off as a person who is like a loving and affectionate, take the trash out husband. So it is. I'm like, what is? Anyway, y'all go to their wedding registry somewhere and order them some teacups. It's weird to me. Soldier Boy was found liable for assault and assault and battery of a sexual nature. With a lawsuit, his ex-girlfriend, sex assistant, accused him of abuse for multiple years, and he's been ordered to pay $4 million. Look, I don't think Soldier Boy has formula. I don't. I don't. Nope. For the last few weeks, Soldier Boy has been in court for a civil lawsuit against him, where a woman who was his ex-assistant turned lover accused him of SA and battery. Soldier Boy has just been issued a major loss, but the jury said, "Yeah, you did this shit." Okay, find him guilty or liable. Find him liable for assault, battery of a sexual nature, intentional infliction of emotional distress. They said they still have not released her name at all. So we don't know. Either way it goes, she get $4 million. The crazy part was the woman asked for $73 million. I said, girl, I mean, if she would have gotten it, it was fine. But she asked for 73 mil and she got four. $4 million is, a good price. But there's no price anyone can put on the abuse you went through with someone. So maybe her, I don't know. There were details about the abuse. I feel like we've always heard that Soldier Boy was an abusive asshole. So, that is that on that. So it's not surprising. I always feel like when we hear that someone has an abusive history and we've never seen them grow up, change, evolve, like Soldier Boy to me still act like an insane, abusive psychopath. Even his rants seem abusive towards people. So I'm not sure. Either way go, he got a cuff up for me. Okay, he may not have it. It may get lost in bankruptcy. I don't know. But people, you need to stop putting your hands on people. Stop assaulting people because folks are suing these days. Yeah, he was on. I think it was Marriage Boot Camp. He was on Marriage Boot Camp with Teddy Riley's daughter. And even on that show, there was like surveillance footage of him like running in and like jumping on her. It was really, really weird. That may be why that's got canceled. But again, sir, pay up. Pay the money immediately. Nicki Minaj got swatted. Now, swatting means someone calls the police and says, "Hey, at this house, this illegal thing is going on," and the police swarmed the house. That's kind of what happened with that rapper in Atlanta, where that girl called the police and said, "Oh, they just guns, it's pimping, it's hoeing, drug dealing is key," and the police came and do this there. So law enforcement swarmed her house in Hidden Hills Wednesday, so last night, after someone falsely reported a shooting at the property. According to reports from TMZ and Los Angeles Times, the caller claimed a black woman had been shot at Nikki's house and that two people were still on the scene. It's weird to me that the reason folk know her address is for their husband, but it's so weird to me that people do this. I feel like she has a kid at the house. It's a whole son who lives with her. So to SWAT her house and to say, oh, someone there got shot, and the police, it's weird, it's crazy to come up with these stories. I really hope whenever someone calls 911 in this way, they should be arrested because someone can get killed. Okay, so deputies arrived around 7 p.m. and found the home empty. There were no signs of a crime. The incident was later confirmed to be a swatting hoax. Swatting is when someone calls. She got swatted a couple times, I think in 2023, and maybe even last year. So people, child, Nikki, girl, just move to China, move to Afghanistan, move to Timbuktu, move somewhere where they don't know your address. But every time they do that, it's stupid to me. It doesn't make any sense. Stop swatting people's houses, even if no one's there. You never know what can happen. I just wonder what's on. Young Buck got arrested. What? That's girl. I am old enough to remember when Young Buck looked so handsome. He looks. This is like his head is shaped really funny. I've never known he like. Have y'all seen the movie Megamind? And I like Megamind. Anyway, Young Buck is in jail in Tennessee because they say he missed scheduled meetings with his bond supervisor. What are you on bond for? Let's see. He's in the county jail for 30 days in jail. Girl, I need a break. Stop doing dumb shit, Young Buck. Stop going by Young Buck. What's your real name? Anyway, girl, he gonna get out eventually. I know 50 Cent probably teased that man, and he should stop. LeBron. Who told LeBron he can get a dog? Okay, LeBron James is the first male pro athlete to get his own Ken doll. Michael Jordan didn't have one. Now Michael Jordan, not Kobe, not nobody. Not Isaiah Thomas. Not Joe Dumars. Not Scottie Pippen. Dennis Rodman. LeBron James is the first male pro athlete to get a Ken doll. I would have thought somebody else would have gotten one. Now, I don't know, is anybody going to get their kid a LeBron James Ken doll? Now, first of all, why is pants? Girl, I hate when pants is up that high. I should get DJ one just because he's 19 now. It says that the dog goes on sale on Monday and will cost $75. It's a LeBron James Ken doll worth $75. You know what? You should probably buy it now and then see if it, goes up in value in 20 years. So again, parents, you should buy this for your grandkids. Okay, buy it for your grandkids because in 20 years, you know what I'm saying, when no one else has one, they can sell it. Okay, it looks really nice. It does. Okay, the outfit again. I hate the paint. Y'all know I'm not a person. I don't like it when men show their ankles. I'm saying if you're wearing pants, your ankle should not be showing. They just shouldn't. Okay. But if you're gonna get it and keep it in the box, make it look nice. Okay, because we're a family. So congrats to LeBron. I may buy one and keep it. I'm not sure. Amazon is forced to cancel multiple inventory orders amid the trade battle between the U.S. and China. Colt 45 was ruining everything. Just know that. That's also why I was like, girl, get your new phone because if the phone already costs like $1,500. I'm not about to spend $18,735 for no damn phone. Not today, not ever. So Amazon having issues makes sense. Again, everything is going to hell in a hand basket because Code 45 is fucking it all up for everyone. Okay. So I did order Because when I got my phone, child, them people was racist and they didn't offer me no accessories. And so I had to order some accessories from Amazon because I needed a charger port, charger plug thing for my phone. And I couldn't get one last night at 10 p.m. So I had to order via Amazon. But a lot of people are just, it's going to be a mess for a while. Okay. Not, look, we are going to be in a bit of a recession. There'll be things that will be more expensive. There'll be things that we can't get. I need y'all to just start planning for it. Okay. Get the necessities now. Get what you need today because tomorrow we don't know. That don't mean go get all, don't go buying a 18 pack of tissue, okay? But just think about what you really need and get that. And then the extra shit, leave it be because it's gonna be crazy for a while. But Amazon said, bitch, we ain't got it. And I said, we need to get it. I don't care about that. I feel like I want to get to some of the regular things. Um, Well, first of all, y'all take 30 good seconds. Let me read the content. Y'all take 30 good seconds and like the video. And we're back. Let's get to the baby daddies who ain't stuff, to their baby daddies or whatever. There are a few, baby daddies right now in the NBA, okay, who is on some big ass, okay? People having kids, people, and they're moving on. People who are saying, hey, I don't care about said kid. Let's go to Anthony Edwards. So, Anthony Edwards is a basketball player. Okay. He had a baby with this girl, okay, Aisha Howard. And he was like, you know what? You can have it. I don't even want it. You know what I'm saying? He has given up custody, full custody. Take the whole baby. I don't want it. I don't want it. Leave me alone. Get out of my face. So, he has agreed to give Aisha full custody of the 5-month-old daughter, Aubrey. Lawyers said that he agreed to let her have temporary, so legally physical custody. A court doc showed that she's been taking care of baby Aubrey on her own since she was born in October. Where's wants a court to lock in how much he should be paying in child support. And I just feel like, because he has other children. That's the crazy part. He has other children, but he don't want this kid. And I feel like, now we know he told her up front, I don't want no kid with you. If you have a kid by me, I won't be there. So she probably should not be surprised. But I feel like, okay, if you don't want a kid, wear condoms. And if you choose to not wear condom, you can't be upset if the mama then say the baby's here and you have to do something for me. To give up, it's like full custody. And he has other kids with other women, like, that are babies, okay? So to me, he is a very flawed individual because he does not even see that he's on some bullshit, okay? And I hope he know that when the kid is older, he will still be the villain. Because even if he say, well, I told your mama I didn't want no kids, it's like, yeah, but nigga, I was born. Once I'm here, like, you don't want to stand up for me, and I guess not. Then we have Tyreek Hill, who plays football, I think in Miami. I think he's a Dolphin. His wife has filed for divorce, okay? Now, he was the same individual who had got married to her after having a baby with somebody else. And then she got pregnant, the wife. And I feel like he was already on some bullshit beforehand. But the wife has now filed for divorce because the cop was called, and there was some bull stuff or whatever. But I'm like, this man was screaming red flag from day one. And sometimes we women, we are so caught up in wanting this fairy tale ending. We live in a fucking nightmare. Okay. We don't get we're surviving a nightmare. And I just wish that sometime before y'all bring babies into this, before y'all get married or whatever, y'all realize this is a toxic situation. So, Keita Hill filed for divorce from NFL player Tyreek Hill one day after the police were called to their house over a domestic dispute. Okay. Per the police reports, Keita's mom called 911 after allegedly witnessing Tyreek smash a computer and grab the couple's baby during an argument. Keita told of the officers that the fight started over his lack of involvement with their daughter, which made him upset. Okay. He admitted to grabbing the baby and walking around the apartment. Okay. I have the same rights as the father, as the mother. Why you grabbing the baby? These men is just stupid. She do favors Ray a little bit. A little bit. But again, before they were married in November of 2023, he had a baby and like right after. Girl, he ain't he isn't. He isn't. So walk away. Walk away. Okay. Also, Zion Williams, who's 24, baby mama, who's 31, is arrested for stalking and assaulting his 33-year-old side chick. I'm like, what in blue blazes?
Evening love triangle that sources say involves Pelican star Zion Williamson as a woman accused of stalking and beating another woman linked to him romantically made her first court appearance today. Akima Love's bond was set at $50,000 and she was issued a stay away order from that woman. Kenner police say the whole thing started back in March when they say Love egged the woman's house and then threatened her on social media.
People wasting eggs? You bought eggs. Just see, I be trying to not have stuff pop on my screen. And it popped on my computer. It's not my look, it's not my fault that all of these athletes happen to be black men. Okay, doing dirt around here. I'm just saying. But why you wasting money on eggs and egging somebody else?
Police say Monday, Love, who had just given birth weeks ago, entered the victim's house, grabbed her hair, hit her with keys, leaving just cuts all over her face and her arms with her fingernails torn off, according to investigators. Police say that Love then ran away and, according to them, was arrested on Royal Palm Drive.
Is the dick that good? I'm not trying to be walking up in someone's house, beefing with them, and then having to actually fight over what and over who. That's just dumb. Don't tell me popping up in these women's houses and trying to fight because the man didn't say, oh, love me, be with me. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. Not today, never. And now you're arrested.
And we spoke with her attorney today, who had no comment about the whole ordeal.
Stop doing dumb shit. Okay, again, she just had a baby. What is the point of having a baby and then fighting the daddy's other baby mom or other person? Girl, leave it be. If he a cheater, look, either let that man cheat in peace or leave him. I'm a firm believer. If you know what is happening, let it happen. Or leave. You can't stay and complain. I just can't. Stupidity. How is he a good player? Him. Who is Zion Williams? Unless you done with the bed already. Him told me I'm being mean to the dark skinned people. I don't think I am, but maybe I don't know. Who Who is Zion? Is he a good player? Because I feel like if he ain't no good player, it ain't even worth fighting over. I will leave it be. But y'all be beating up on women because of some dude. Don't do that. Not today. Don't do that ever. Neo letting y'all know that his girlfriends can't have no boyfriend.
Well, it's just to keep it a buck. Like, we're not gonna lie.
I love
We're not
that.
gonna lie to each other. We're not gonna sit up and blow smoke. I ain't selling no dreams, and I'm not forcing anybody to be here. If for whatever reason you decide this ain't for you no more, the door is never locked. You have permission to go on about your business.
He like, I refuse for y'all to have me, R. Kelly. He okay if we out there injured. He held it because he fuck on the women. And I mean, I'm talking about Zion. Now, see, I'm having a conversation here and a conversation with him. So Zion is a good player. We say he's injured. When he tells me he's good, is that why he keep knocking up people? Anyway, Neo don't want y'all to look at him like R. Kelly, because R. Kelly was holding folks hostage a little bit or whatever. Doors was locked allegedly. I don't know. And Neo like, it ain't me. If they want to go, they can go.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm manipulating thmost women into doing something they don't want to do. Everyone that is here by choice.
These are grown women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They made the decision. The question I get asked the most is, are they allowed to date outside of me?
Oh.
That's the question I get all the damn time. And I'm answering right now, no. And I'm gonna tell you why. No, they are not. Here's the thing. When I got with these women, I did not ask for their exclusivity. I did not demand their exclusivity. They offered it. They said, they came to me and said, I want to be exclusive to you and just you.
But that makes sense. Because even if they came to you and said, I want to be with only you, that's fine. But if it's an open relationship, and if they wanted to be with other men, couldn't they just tell you that and then they're allowed to do that? If you don't allow them to be with other men, and so they accept that from you, that means you do require them to not be with other men.
I said, you understand that your exclusivity to me does not mean my exclusivity to you.
Wow.
You understand this? Yes. You're okay with it. Main rule is just to...
Neo, you may not be holding them hostage, but you do require them to not be with other people. Period. But at least he's being honest in his bullshit ways these days. Kanye West is out here. He's now banned from Twitter. Okay. Because he's always on some shit. I saw earlier where he had put up, let me see, because he was saying sorry to Jay-Z. Where is it? Right here. He was saying sorry to Jay-Z. I'm sorry, Jay-Z. I be feeling bad about my tweet, but I still feel like I gave my life to this industry and thought so many people were my family. But when I needed family on some real none of these rap niggas had my back. He then said, do Beyonce ever let Jay get puss? What makes you think Beyonce and Jay-Z don't be fucking? Girl, somebody get some, you know what? Kanye West needs someone to give him his meds. Do you know how you had dogs and animals and babies, and you sneak the babies and dogs and animals medicine and their food? Someone needs to crush up Kanye's pills and put it in his orange juice. Okay, someone need to put his pill in the middle of a donut. I don't know, whatever he's eating. Someone sprinkle the pills on his pizza. There need to be someone to sneak Kanye's medication to keep him normal, because he's on these rants. It's because he ain't taking his meds. So he's banned from Twitter again. Okay. And I feel like good. Let him go sit down somewhere and just be quiet. We don't want to hear it no more. I am tired of it. Michelle Obama. I think I have an audio of it. Michelle Obama, a lot of folks kept on saying people have been speculating that we never see Barack with Michelle. Or are they going through a divorce? Why are we always seeing Barack at an event? We'll see Michelle at an event, but we have not seen them together. And Michelle said, because I'm tired. I don't want to do certain things. I want to mind my business. And y'all take that as me getting divorced? Fuck y'all.
Still find time to, give speeches, to be out there in the world, to work on projects. I still care about girls' education. The library is opening in a year from now. There's certain things I am and am not doing with the library. And the interesting thing is that when I say no, for the most part, people are like, I get it, and I'm okay, right? And that's the thing that we, as women, I think we struggle with, like, disappointing people.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so that this year people were, they couldn't even fathom that I was making a choice for myself, that they had to assume that my husband and I are divorcing. This couldn't be a grown woman just making a set of decisions for herself. Right. But that's what society does to us. We start actually finally like going, what am I doing? Who am I doing this for?
I feel like Michelle gave us 8 years of being the gracious first lady. She had to deal with a lot of bull stuff from all sides of the situation. Code 45 was a complete asshole. And I think her saying, I set boundaries. And I think Barack, because he is a former president, there's some things that he has to show up for. I think her point is, I'm no longer first lady, and I'm not going to keep showing up just to show up. That has nothing to do with me and Barack's marriage at all. And to think that just because I'm not showing up at these presidential events with my husband, or even if I'm not at a gang with him, even if I'm not on his side, if I'm not connected to his hip, why does that mean we are divorcing? Wow. I'm busy, bitch. I have a life too. I think so many people see her as Barack's wife, where we see her as Michelle Obama. And they are two separate people. And it's sad that people assume it's a divorce and not assume, right, Michelle did not want to be in politics. Even now, when they ask her, will she run? She's like, hell no, that isn't what she wants. And plus, when she do go to things, people still say some of the dumbest shit. And I think also because of who's currently in the White House, she doesn't want to be involved. There's no need for her to be involved. She puts herself in what room she wants to be in for what she wants to do. And that has nothing to do with Barack. So I'm happy she said it's crazy that they would just say we're divorced. Not, maybe I did this for me. It had nothing to do with him. It was just for me. And I'm happy she leave our, because she's still our first lady, leave her alone. Also, Viola Davis has a new movie coming out. It's called G20. It's on Prime. Okay, go. It's her in it. Anthony Anderson is in it. I think Marcia plays the daughter. The actor who plays Will Trent in Will Trent, he's in it. The dude who was the villain on The Boys? Homelander. The dude who plays Homelander is a villain in here as well. And I'm gonna watch it this weekend. So again, support. Again, it's called G20. It's on Prime. Get Prime. Watch it and support. Okay, I can't. And it looked good. I can't wait to watch it. Let me see what's next. I'm trying to be done, y'all, about with an hour and a half. Let's get some foolish. Let me see, because we got the Kingdom. Jeezy's former manager has filed a counterclaim alleging unpaid debts, broken promises and role, and reviving the rapper's career. Jeezy, to me, has fell off. I feel like Jeezy had a quiet life, a quiet life that nobody really bothered him about things and whatnot. And then he got with Jeannie Mine. and that got messy. And I feel like ever since then, I just don't hear anyone saying like positive things about Jeezy. So the former manager of Solomon Forney filed a counterclaim in response to Jeezy's lawsuit against him about because Jeezy sued him for mismanagement, and so he's countersuing. Okay, say I helped revive your career, your finances or whatever. I didn't ruin your shit, okay? He said Jeezy was broken. Jeezy was broke. Jeezy was broke and facing multiple lawsuits when Fournier stepped in from Kinky B, Coach K, and Yusuf. Fournier paid off Jeezy's homes, covered payroll, and borrowed 400 grand to keep Jeezy's business afloat, which still hasn't been repaid. Look, don't y'all be borrowing money. Don't y'all be borrowing money to pay other people's debts. That's just stupid. He negotiated a major deal for Jeezy, including his NYT best-selling book, Evian Tequila, Nod Cognac, a Defiance Fuel, a Fox Soul talk show, and a $15 million publishing deal with Harbor View, but was only partially compensated. And for 5 years, Fournier worked without commission, relying on small stipend from the Avion deal. Basically, even if he says I put my finances, my credit, and my reputation on the line to rebuild Jenkins' career from the ground up, he went from foreclosure to girl. He went from foreclosure to Forbes, and now he wants to pretend I was never there. Fight it out in court. Fight it out in court. I feel like if Jeezy was that bad financially, there would be like a paper trail. So if what this part Solomon saying is true, prove it. Either way I go, I do feel like we haven't seen or heard much from Jeezy lately. Okay. Kevin Hunter suffered legal setback in a $7 million wrongful termination court case against the Wendy producers. Is this per court documents on In Touch? On the 8th, which is 2 days ago. Tomorrow's Friday. Thank God, it's been a long week. April 8th, the Court of Appeals for the second circuit overturned a previous legal victory for Hunter, which allowed his $7 million wrongful termination lawsuit against Wendy Williams to proceed. Wait, what is this? What happened? I need the ending of it, okay? Oh, it means he can't get the money yet. Okay. First of all, fuck all that. He don't deserve that money. Go get a job. Okay. Go get a job. Not getting back in September 2023. The judge said, oh yeah, it's good. He can proceed and blah, 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 bloops, and the termination was wrong. Now they're saying no. No. So I had to go down to a lower court to see if he can get whatever. I still feel like that man need a job. Okay. Kevin is still trying to eat off Wendy. It's insane to me in 2025. Get a goddamn job. Okay. I think I want to do the housewife stuff. I think. Let me see. We did Nikki, we did that, we did Tony, and the housewife people. Oh, let's do Keri. Miss Keri, baby. First, y'all know what to do. Take 30 seconds and like the video. So, Keri Hilson. So, Keri Hilson is a singer. Y'all know that. And I feel like over the years, she has gotten a lot of flack because there was a remix to her song that was a diss song a little bit, allegedly toward Beyonce and also toward Sierra. And for all these years, they have always made it seem like Keri wrote this song because Keri's the writer. You know, that Keri wrote this song. It was bad. It was rude. I think she called Beyonce a hoe, but she did it. It got leaked in all these years. Her career kind of never recovered from it or whatever. And so she was on the Breakfast Club recently. And while on the Breakfast Club, they asked her about it. And for the first time in forever, the song, so from 2009, okay, until 2025, she never really acknowledged who wrote it, where it came from, who, what, when, where, why, and how it came out. Well, she finally said, well, first of all, I was signed to Polo Don, I was signed to Timbaland, and at that time, I chose to protect them because they were over my career. She said, Polo kind of sort of forced me to record the song, forced in a work type of way where he was like, either do the song or you won't make any more music. So she said she felt like it was like a threat to her career. And so she kept trying to fight it, and she lost the fight. And so she ended up recording a verse that she never wrote. Someone else wrote it. And so she just did that. She did say she kind of added whatever to it. Now, she never said who the woman was who wrote it. And even all these years, she never discussed it at all. She's always stayed kind of mum to it. So when someone pulled, because again, so she was saying, I did feel pressure to do it. I did feel kind of bullied to do it. I did feel kind of forced to do it. But again, all these years, at least back then, she protected Polo and Timbaland. She also said Timbaland didn't write the song. She had no direct connection with Tim, but he was just a producer back then as well. So it's kind of Polo Don's fault. Now, in her interview, she never said who the person was that wrote the song. Well, okay, the writer turned out to be not this one. Here. Easter, is it Easter or Esther? I think it was Esther Dean. Who's the writer? Now Esther has went on and written and worked with Beyonce. I don't think we ever knew that she was the person who wrote the diss to Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And so when folks in the comments sector, oh, it must be Easter Dean. It was Easter Dean. And she said, and was, and did, it was a hit. Now, folks' issue has always been no one felt like that song was a good song. Keri's song, Turn Me On, was a great song. Her point was, Paula kept on saying, do a remix because the song was so popular. But to do it, Beyonce, this is crazy. And when I went back and listened to the song, the words do say, I write for you. And I'm like, Easter Dean has wrote stuff for Beyonce. And it is, and I'm like, that is so to make a diss song about somebody is what you wrote. Somebody else sings it. They get in trouble, but you wrote it. You then go on to write for Beyonce and work in the industry for all these years. And Keri was the only one holding this guilty bag of what she did. Now, after, people pointed out that it was her, it was me. She then came, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. So she said, I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked. And it was co-written with Keri. Looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. I see how it hurt people, especially women, and I take full accountability. I've worked with and supported many women since, but that doesn't erase the moment. I'm sorry for my part, and the growth is real, and so is his apology. And Keri said, bitch, hold on. Okay, so Keri went and commented on the post that Easter Dean put out because her point was for Easter Dean to say, I co-wrote it with Keri. It makes it seem like, well, Keri, you wrote the song. If you co-wrote it, you can't make it seem as if, it wasn't on you. Keri said, hold up, bitch. She said, Dean, I personally don't think this is our fight to have. Because again, Keri's point was, it was Polo the Don who was forcing the song to be done, forcing this diss that Keri did not want to do. Because Keri's song was about boys and sex and men. And the remix between the diss to Beyonce and diss to women, it did not make any sense. So Keri said, I respected you on this matter for 16 years and attempted to do that again yesterday while finally expressing the truth when asked. But since you're coming to the table, let's be clear. You used the word co-wrote. I rewrote 3 lines in your verse, which was the only battle I won in the whole matter. But you weren't there when all this was going down, and we didn't write it together. These lines are mine. Been getting dollars boy, go on get your money up. Or you ain't the only one, only homie on me, line up. This other section, lines about a boy, because not only did I strongly disagree with the unnecessary hateful sentiments towards other women, I've never been a fan of publicity stunt method. I also argued in my trail of attempt that this verse isn't even on subject with the original song, which it wasn't. Which is how I even got to throw those 3 lines on the remix. They were taken from the idea line in my phone that I mentioned in the full interview. You chose to stay quiet for 16 years, but coming out only now when you saw a portion of the heat I've gotten all this time. I really wasn't going to discuss this anymore, but in that interview, we talked about the backlash of not speaking up for myself. So I just want to fully clear the air respectfully. And I think she's smart because, again, each you're trying to say, oh, we co-wrote it, it would have made Keri seem like she was lying, that she had more to do with it than she let on. If what Keri said is true, that she only rewrote, and if you listen to, because I can't play it, if you listen to the diss song, the rest of it is this is to women, and that's the only part of the song where it does mention men. So it kind of makes sense to me, or whatever. But I'm happy she finally said something, because I don't even understand. And it's what's crazier is Keri never came forward to defend herself. She just took it. A lot of folks have talked cash money shit about her over the past 16 years because of that. People feel like that diss record killed her career, and they blamed her. And even there was an interview that had came up that she did back then, that she's talking about it, and she's even back then defending it.
So I have to ask you a question. This is a must-ask question as well. There's a rumor going on that Polo the Don talked you into the studio, leaked a record that's considered a diss song for Beyonce and Ciara. Is that true?
It's considered that. Yes, Polo had this idea. No, he did not leak it. It's not the version Polo wanted out.
Okay.
Especially the version with him talking all over it. It sounds like he's instigating something and giving more meaning into the lyrics than were initially intended. But no, he didn't force me to do anything. I mean, it was a suggestion, and I told him, okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. And that was just it. He was like, I want it a little more fiery, and that's cool. That's cool with me. I speak my mind, and I make no apologies for it. So, it's a hot verse. I love the verse. Yes, I heard specific names being brought up. No, it's not about that. No, that was not where the energy was. I'm not retracting or feeling some kind of way about how people feel that I'm doing, that I did this. I'm not, I guess that's the only way I could say it. I'm not retracting. It's just that was never the energy behind it.
Okay.
But we did play it for people, and it's considered a leak because we decided not to go with it. And I can prove that because it's like when you do a remix to a song, you kind of want it to be for the remix to come out while the song is really hot.
Defending people at the detriment of your own career should never be done. I feel like, it was messy back in the day. It was very, very messy back in the day. And it's sad that even back then she thought I have to protect them because they, back then the men controlled people's career. And I think that's where she came from trying to say, well, no, he didn't force me. Like it was a suggestion. But even back then, the suggestion wasn't something like simple. It was like, no, do this. We don't do this. And child, Polo the Don, we don't like him no way. So good for Keri for finally being open about what had happened, her, standing up for herself and not allowing this situation to stay as messy as it could. Lastly, I think I want to be done within an hour and a half. We got 10 minutes left. Let's do the housewives bull stuff. Porsha has her YouTube channel, right? And I haven't got this off the screen. Porsha and her YouTube channel, she did 2 videos. She did one yesterday. She did, I think maybe 2 days ago. And then she put out one today. And in the one today, listen.
Lost Kenya for the rest of the season after that. And it was very unfortunate because I had great plans for us. You know what I'm saying? And I still have great plans for us when she comes back next year. Or if she comes back next year. I hope she comes back next year. But we'll just see what ends up happening with that. And I didn't want anybody fired. I definitely wanted just for somebody to be maybe reprimanded, maybe some episodes or suspended or whatever. But there is a housewife, again, who is not the same one, but there's a housewife that's still on the show right now that went several times to try to get Kenya fired. And that was crazy to me.
Now, Porsha does not say who this person is. They think it may be, I don't know. They keep saying it could be Drew. We don't know. It's weird. I feel like, because I posted on my page earlier, I'm like, Porsha has this whole YouTube channel. She's putting out content, but it has nothing to do with her. And I'm like, what aggravates me the most is Porsha's out here talking about everyone else's shit except her own. So even her alleging, well, somebody want to get Kenya fired. Well, who was it? What they say? Fired for what? You know what I'm saying? Again, it's speculation that it's true, but I don't know. She also was saying
there's a housewife still on the show right now who gave Kenya that nude information. No, I'm gonna expose that. Everybody needs to know who she is. That was crazy to me.
So again, Porsha doesn't say who it is. She just alludes to a housewife who's still on the show is who gave Kenya that information. Now, at one point, they were saying that it was Ming Lee. Ming was supposed to, I think, have been on this season, and she ended up not making it. But you see Ming in like background shots of this season. So, and Ming used to be with or used to date Brit Edie's ex in some kind of way. And so some folks were saying that it was her right here. So when folks said, girl, it was you, Ming did it. Girl, what you do that for? They said that you the one that gave, the revenge stuff to Porsha. To Kenya. She said, no, Kate, lies, not true. I didn't do it. The internet told that girl business. What I know is still on my phone and I'm not on the show, not my monkey, not my circus. I don't even understand the point of Porsha coming around here spilling other folks' tea, but not really even saying what happened. It's very weird. Let me remove this out. I want to be sure the sound comes in. It's very weird to me that Porsha is consistently doing these videos. She's done two on our channel, but I feel like she's spilling other stuff that has nothing to do with her while saying she wished she could tell us about her. It's been about Kenya. It's been about Drew. She went into a conversation about her and Angela, how she said, well, her and Angela, when she had mentioned that, I know something about your husband, she then said, well, Brian, what did I show was, she was joking. that, oh, I'm just joking, girl, I was playing because you wasn't answering questions right or whatever. So even her saying she jokingly said something, and Angela knew when she left that Porsha was joking, so she didn't see why Angela asked her husband, because you said it. I feel like she already thought like you on some bullshit. Okay, Porsha, I really feel like Bravo thought Porsha will come back. It will be about her, Simon, and we haven't gotten any of that. And I think Porsha trying to say the show hasn't shown my true stuff, but she's still not showing her own shit. You know what I'm saying? So when she sent her on the YouTube thing that a housewife who's on the show gave Kenya that information, Kenya said, girl, bullshit. Okay, absolutely no one on the show gave me anything. Stop using my situation for clickbait. Meaning Porsha saying things and taking it to her YouTube channel for folks to come watch with her speculations. Even her first one that said, oh, Drew and Ralph and Dennis made the shit up. Her then saying, oh, somebody on the show wanted to get Kenya fired. Oh, Kenya, was around here, yeah, and got this stuff from someone else. Now, Porsha then came back and said, that's a lie. We talked day and night. And I personally went to the network production and fought for you before you showed her underage explicit pics. Now, Porsha commented and saying, underage, girl. To me, Porsha's lying because Andy already said they did 2 investigations. They did one into Brit's pow comments. They did one into Kenya post showing these things about Brit. If Kenya had posted explicit underage things, that would have came out in the investigation. And if that had happened, Kenya would have been prosecuted because that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? So for her to put up, oh, you show her underage explicit pics. I also went after Kenya was let go. Porsha saying she went to production. I also went after as well because I was hurt you had to leave. I checked on you because I cared because I care and care. I'm not your enemy, Kenya. And I feel like Porsha wants us to believe she isn't an enemy, but Porsha also isn't a friend. You know what I'm saying? Porsha is out here trying to point the finger at anybody else except her. Because if Kenya really posted underage stuff, why would you want her back on the show? Because she also said her thing, how she wants Kenya back next season, how she hopes that Brit and Kenya can work things out. I feel like if Kenya posted underage explicit stuff, why would anyone want her back on the show? So I'm like, Porsha is lying for clickbait. For clickbait. And again, I think the point, and again, no one is me. I'm not saying what Kenya did was fine. What Kenya did was wrong. But to make it seem like she posts some underage stuff or revenge, that's the part I do not agree with. If Brit, at any point for her being 18 years old to how old she is now, did soft porn, hardcore porn, however she ended up dick sucking on film, how she got there. When you do that, it may come back up. Okay. And it's not easy when your past comes and plays around your present. That's a hard pill to swallow when your past that you've moved past comes to play around your present. However, that's why you should never be ashamed of stuff you did because you did it. It wasn't illegal. As long as you were not coerced or forced to do it, you should not feel bad about it. Now, that also don't mean people can, post up here, there, or whatever. But I'm like, Porsha trying to make it seem as if Kenya showed underage stuff shows how much of a liar and a manipulator, a clickbait person that Porsha is. Because she's using stuff from the show that other folk did to get folks to her channel. And she's not giving nothing of her life and what she's going through. You know what I'm saying? Not even Brit, because Brit is on her I'm sorry tour. Brit was round here, child, talking to the white people. And y'all do know most of all of these housewives of these black shows only talk to white correspondents. They talk to the Caucasian blogs. None of them are going to blogs of the black folk who watch them. But that's just my complaint, okay? Let's listen.
Left.
Yeah.
Before this went down. So what was your reaction when you found out what happened?
I couldn't believe it because I came in there wanting to be apologetic and give her flowers. And I gave her a nice card where I wanted her to read it. And I left. And just to know that everybody started screaming and I heard the commotion of everybody like running out of the door. And I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And Kelly was just like, you'll never believe this woman put poster boards of the most nastiest, vile things ever. I mean,
and I'm not defending Kenya, but all I'm going to say is this. Brit tried to delete her explicit past. Brit tried to come on the Housewives of Atlanta and live life as if she never was paid to possibly suck dick. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. You have to own your past so that way no one can bring it up in your face. Because to me, you can't then play victim to someone bringing up what you knowingly did. If Brit was forced into a life of debauchery and that was it, that's different. When you were some kind of slave around here. But I don't think that's what it was. She's trying to play like she's not that person anymore, but that was your past. And that's okay. That is okay. But you can't try to play victim of your own actions.
She came from my marriage. She called me, all types of very nasty names. And she showed explicit photos. This was your big moment. So for her to use this big moment to attack me and to humiliate me,
Girl, you were saying that she was hazing you and bullying you. And I think Kenya clocked in. And Kenya did, now again, what she did went too far. But you asked for her to get at you, and she did. Now, she went too far. She went too far. But I'm like, on Housewives, folks do go for each other's marriages. Folks do cuss each other. You've said some mean things about Kenya, too. So to me, I just feel like Brit wants to act like, I can't believe she talked shit about me. I can't believe. They do that sometime on this show. Kenya took it too far with the dick sucking pictures, but I think everything else was free game. If you used to legally get paid to do sex work, there's nothing wrong with that. I like sex work. I like watching porn. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no issue. So let's not make it seem as if, we're basing this off of Kenya saying this was in the public domain. This was stuff that she agreed to do on camera that Kenya brought up. If Kenya posted anything that was some homemade, personal stuff, that's different. But Kenya said it was child on the internet.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was in bed for days. I cried. I had to talk to a few, I had to go to therapy. And just knowing that the internet, the world, my reputation, I'm a businesswoman. So
we don't know you. We don't. And I'm not defending Kenya. I'm saying Brit is playing victim. Brit is on a victim tour. And if this content that Brit did is stuff that she agreed to do. You can't then play this. I can't believe I'm a businesswoman. But before that, if you were paid to slob on knobs, that's okay. People who used to do those, if you used to be a stripper, if you used to slob knob for some dollars, once you've grown out of that, you can't act as if it never happened because it's a possibility that it will. And the best way to counteract a whole trying to call you on it is to live up to it. I did suck a dick back in the day. I was paid top dollars for that. But you can't act like, to my knowledge, it was a private moment. If you were doing it on camera, it's on camera. If you do softcore porn, it's softcore porn. What you want us to do about it? So the whole, I'm a bitch woman, but you also know what you used to do.
So seeing all these things online, it overshadowed everything. And I couldn't believe it.
Have you talked to Kenya since?
She's not reached out to me.
And didn't, and probably will never. I feel like Kenya has said, I shouldn't have did it, I was wrong. The reason I think Kenya will not give her an apology is because I think she feel like it was fair game. And because she's already said I shouldn't have did it. Also, I don't think Kenya wants to do a public thing with Brit. Hopefully at the reunion, they can talk it out. You know what I'm saying? But Brit trying to play, I can't take Brit playing victim. I just can't. It don't sit well in my bones. And that has nothing to do with Kenya, because Kenya isn't innocent. Both Brit and Kenya were dead ass wrong. They both were. But Brit acts as if what Kenya did came out of nowhere. When in hindsight, you accusing Kenya of bullying you and you trying to beef with her is what caused the bullshit. Technically, you should have never brought up pow stuff. Kenya should have never blown up explicit photo. Both are wrong, and I don't even think one is worse than the other. It was cause and effect because Brit brought up pow. Kenya brought up suck. Because you did that, the effect was, you know what I'm saying? So one thing led to the other. And I think most reasonable people feel like Kenya and Brit both should have been sat down for some episodes or whatever. I think my frustration is that nothing happened to Brit. And now Bravo is letting her go and do these interviews. I'm so sad.
Actually, she blocked me. So I would have thought at the very least she would have shown some remorse, or at least, even if it wasn't a public apology to me, I thought she would have at least reached out just to show that, she's sorry. And I haven't received anything.
If you could talk to her, like, what would you say? What would, on your side of things? Because you said you were remorseful about bringing up the pistol of it all and all that.
I should have never done that. And I make mistakes. I was in a moment, I was triggered and I did something that I wish I could take back. But what she did was a million times worse.
You can't punch me in the face and tell me how to hit you back. Some folk go way too left. That's why you should not punch people in the face. Leave people alone because you never know how bad they will react. The reaction is not fair sometimes. The response is not fair sometimes. But girl.
So there's no way you can go around and play the victim now. And I would think that if we want to move forward, come to me, apologize, humble yourself.
The moment Brit said, humble yourself, come to me, I can see Kenya saying, bitch, I will never. Because to me, I don't think Kenya has to humble herself to Brit. I think she don't even have to be remorseful because she's already said I shouldn't have done it. I'm not with this whole groveling thing at all. I don't care about that. Like that. No. I think the same way Brit nonchalantly said, I'm sorry, there's some flowers and a card. I think you didn't humble yourself. So I think even saying she should humble herself, I don't think Kenya has to humble herself to that. So again, I don't like Brit in this fake ass woe is me. I can't believe anyone saw what I did and blah blah blah. But no, ma'am. Again, not defending Kenya's actions. I'm just saying Brit is doing the most to be the victim when she started this shit. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Okay? And Kenya should have never shown the pictures, but I still feel like Kenya felt like, okay, if she can mention guns and don't get in trouble, well, okay, bitch, let's go. And she just took it one step too far. But anybody, grandma gonna humble themselves. Not to you, bitch. Then I feel like I saw one. Oh, Kenya will be doing she's confessions in my world. YouTube. She said my confessions my way. I have a lot to say. So subscribe. But she has her own YouTube channel that she will be doing stuff on for Tuesday the 15th. I have subscribed to Kenya stuff. I have subscribed to Porsha stuff. I think Kenya probably could not say much until after the stuff aired, and now that has aired, and whatever airs this Sunday, which will be the aftermath of it, I think that's why she's choosing to do her YouTube thing on Tuesday, because it gives time for everyone to see the show and whatever. So I can't wait to see what she. Now I hope Kenya still does say I should not have done it. I was wrong, and showing the explicit pictures. But I also hope she clears up: were they underage? Where did they come from? Were they in a public domain? Because if there was any content that Brit used to do that was already online, you can't play, I can't believe anyone saw it. It was online. Anything I've done privately. Even if it's on video, it's a private video. Okay? So I just feel like I would only be mortified if something I did in private became public. I would never be upset if something I did publicly was put out publicly. I would say it's embarrassing, but I did it. Because 10 years ago, that was my life. But now I'm this. And that's what Brit should have done. Still say Kenya was wrong, but you can't play, I'm a church mother on the PTA board. I bake cookies for the old people, and I can't believe the old people gonna see me sucking dick. It's like you were already online doing it, if that's the case. So I want to see how Kenya will handle her YouTube stuff. Hopefully she explains her portion of things. I do not like how Porsha is on her YouTube discussing everyone else's shit except her own. So we shall see. But y'all, guess what? We're done. They're done. Yeah, we got them too, Tony, in them already. Child, we is an hour and 43 minutes in. We already did everything. We are done now. So if you're just popping in, child, I'm gonna be done. Okay, but yeah, we got into that and other things. So y'all can rewatch if you need to, honey. I will possibly be live tomorrow, depending on what's going on in the blogs or whatever. We shall see. Do not forget there are other content up on my channel, so go watch those things. And whatnot. I think, y'all. I'm thinking. Okay, I was watching their preview for Basketball Wives, and I was like, it looks interesting. I have not reviewed Basketball Wives in probably since OG was on it. So that's been a few seasons ago. But I was looking and I was like, ooh, Jackie around there, her daughter around there. It was, I'm like, it kind of, so I'm not going to do no lives, but the same way I do my Housewives of Atlanta with the car conversation video, whatever, I'm probably going to do car conversation recaps of Basketball Wives, because I just felt like I can ride and talk. Okay. But anyway, y'all be sure again to watch the other content up. I'm not only on lives, I'm also posting content that's pre-recorded. So you have to watch the pre-recorded stuff as well as my live stuff. YouTube has been playing with me so much. Okay. Where it's not telling y'all I have stuff up. So you have to go and look at my channel and stuff. Okay, so please make sure to support. But have a good night, y'all. Okay, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. And be safe and all that good stuff. And yeah, if Tony is really married to Birdman, child, that's fucked up. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.